decide what my future holds. I am going to decide where the businesses, which businesses succeed in our economy and which ones fail, the same way we have always decided. In a free market economy, one in which hard work and success are rewarded and slack asses can go sit in line on the welfare line. Back when he was just Senator Obama, candidate Obama, you might remember that the president, the now president, said that, well, I think the quote was, I think that when you spread the wealth around, it's good for everybody. Remember that, Jim? Give him credit for one thing, he's true to his word. He's spending your wealth around for everybody. He is spending it on insurance companies. He is spending it on automakers. He is spending it on banks and lenders. He is spending it with foreign banks. Do you know that of the $170 billion of yours and mine that they gave AIG, do you know who the top 4 recipients of the AIG money were?
Germany and France.
Goldman Sachs got 12 million, 13 million actually. A French bank, Société Générale, got 12 million. Deutsche Bank of Germany got 12 million, and the Barclays of the UK got $8.5 million. In other words, I want you to put it in terms that we can all understand. When you, what is today, Wednesday? When you get your paycheck Friday, I want you to crack it open, and when you look in there, your withholdings there, underneath federal tax withheld and state tax and local tax and FICA and everything else, you're going to see little AIG there. And a little AIG there is the money that came out of your paycheck that isn't going under your table, that isn't putting gas in your tank, because it's putting money into a French, a German, and a British bank. How do you feel about that? This is what we have to combat. This is what we are up against. And again, this isn't just the Barack Obama policies. We are talking about Republicans in many cases who are rubber stamping these things and pushing them right on through. They are not blameless in this at all. And I want everyone to understand that just because you may check R on the next ballot that is put in front of you, don't think that you have solved the problem. You need to know who you are voting for. You need to make sure that you know the person you are voting for, the person you are giving some of your hard-earned money to in campaign contributions is going to speak for you and is not going to speak for somebody in Germany. Somebody who's going to be looking out for your best interests, not somebody who's actually going to be contributing to the Chinese economy. Because that's exactly what we face. Let me put it another way. How did we get into the problem, the mess we're in right now? And let's speak on a personal and a local level. The foreclosure crisis that this nation has fallen into, the housing bubble that has burst, people spending beyond their means, buying homes that they have no possibility of paying for and keeping, living above their means, and then now the government's saying, I'm going to reach into your pocket, and we're going to take a little more. See right there next to that AIG on your check stub, it's going to say your neighbor's house. And there's going to be a little deduction there for your neighbor's house, too, who are living up beyond their means. This nation as a whole and individuals have lived beyond their means, and we are being told now by the federal government that the solution to that problem is to spend more. Live more beyond your means. We're going to spend our way out of our spending problem. It is the most insane thing I've ever heard. It's like telling a fat guy whose health is deteriorated, who is really, really in a dangerous predicament, that the best way to help himself is to eat more freaking donuts instead of stop eating and going on a diet. The government needs to go on a diet instead of they're gorging themselves. And guess who's picking up the check? You are.
The Federal Reserve, we need to get rid of it.
I heard somebody earlier today, maybe a couple of our other great speakers up here say this, and I found it very interesting because I plan to talk about this myself. You are not alone. You are not alone despite how lonely you might feel. We are living in an age where we, those who believe in fiscal responsibility, are in the minority. And it might feel as though you are shouting in the wilderness by yourself with nobody to hear you. And when somebody does hear you, they are shouting you down because the media covering the president when he goes to Europe for his adulation parties, and whether he goes to Leno and Hollywood for his butt-kissing parties. And they're genuflecting, and I know it's frustrating, because you see everybody genuflecting at the feet of the president in much the same way he genuflected at the feet of a Saudi prince. And that's what they're doing. They're genuflecting at his feet, and you feel like, what can we do? We can't do anything. I can't do anything. I'm just not big enough to combat all of that. Well, guess what? You are one Tea Party of about 2,000 that are being held across this country right now. And they're all feeling the way